My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my list of the worst movies of 2025. And let's begin by talking about some dishonorable mentions. And there's Eddington, which I really liked at first, but it overstays its welcome to the point where it lost all focus and I was begging for it to end. There's Hell of a Summer, which was never funny and just really annoying. Shelby Oaks, which is a boring generic horror movie. A Walking Man, which was a really boring Jason Statham action movie. Um, him, which I found to be really bland and forgettable. There's Die My Love, which I was really excited for, but it was just pretentious bullshit. I love Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson. I just wish they were in a better movie. And Freaky Friday, which I really hated. They destroyed Chad Michael Murray's character because he never liked Tess. He liked Anna. That was the whole point of the first movie. Like, how do you not get that right? So, I hated it. But let's now talk about the 10th worst movie, and it's 825 Forest Ward. Now, I only watched this movie because it's directed by Stephen Cognetti, who directed Hell House LLC and Hell House LLC 4, two movies I really love. He also directed the other Hell House LLC movies, and somehow this movie ends up being even worse. It's almost never scary, and it's so boring and forgettable, and I had a miserable time watching it. The ninth worst movie of 2025 is Match. And yes, I know it's a Tubi original, but everybody was talking about how crazy it was, how good it actually was. So I gave it a chance, and this movie sucks. It explores dating apps, which has been done to death at this point, and it's Girl Gets Captured the movie. It offers nothing new, and there's a couple moments where a mom does very inappropriate things to her son, and it's just trying way too hard. And I found it to be desperate and pathetic and just a complete pile of shit. The eighth worst movie of 2025 is Captain America Brave New World. And this just felt like baby's first political thriller. It's a very simple movie that thinks it's far more complex than it actually is, and it just felt like a mess to me. I never cared about anything going on. I never cared for any of the characters. Anthony Mackie cannot lead a movie like this. I thought Liv Tyler's addition here was just baffling in the way she appeals. There's a big mystery of what's going on with General Ross, but it's all over the marketing. We clearly know he's about to turn into the Red Hawk. So, yeah, this is one of the worst MCU movies, and I just despised it. But it's not the worst superhero movie of the year, because that title actually belongs to movie number 7, The Toxic Avenger. And this movie almost didn't get released. And look, I was rooting for it. I love practical effects. I love crazy, insane movies. But this movie just missed the mark entirely. It is painfully unfunny to the point where it's kinda embarrassing. I thought Peter Dinklage was awful here. I didn't care for anything going on, and it had so much potential, and it just ended up being one of the most annoying movies of the year. Movie number 6 is Dangerous Animals, and I know some people love this movie. I found it to be insufferable. Once again, it's Girl Gets Captured the movie. I'm sick of this premise. It has been done to death, and this movie just offers nothing new, and it's completely ineffective. It's never tense or thrilling, and it just depends on the stupidity of the characters to a point where it just drove me nuts. I forget how long it was, but it definitely felt longer, and I was just miserable the entire time. Movie number 5 is Jurassic World Rebirth, and just end this franchise. Like, it's the same thing yet again. Generic characters go to a jungle, find some dinosaurs, and it just feels so empty. There's a scene where they try to capture a sense of awe and wonder, and it completely missed the mark to the point where it felt embarrassing. None of the action scenes stand out. I don't think the CGI is any good. I didn't care for any of these new characters. It just felt like more of the same, but an even worse version of it. Movie number 4 is Another Simple Favor, and I like the first movie. This one is hot garbage. There's all these twists and turns, and each new one is stupider than the last, and by the end it's just a convoluted nightmare. I forget everything about this movie because it just lacks any bit of focus, and it just felt so unnecessary. So yeah, I thought this movie was actually really annoying, and it looks like shit. Movie number 3 is Materialist, and I hate Celine Song. Like, she seems to think her movies are more profound than they actually are. Like, anytime a character says something, you can just feel the self-indulgence. You know, it's almost like there's a pause every after sentence because she just thinks it's so incredible, and it's not. This is actually a really simple movie that is just lacking. It's a romance that's lacking any romance. It's a drama lacking any drama. And it's just really boring, and nobody feels like an actual person here. They always say everything they're thinking, and the performances just feel alien, and I found this to be a truly miserable, insufferable, annoying watch. Movie number 2 is The Strangers Chapter 2. What are we doing here? I hated the first movie, but I was like, let's see what the seeker does, and the answer is nothing. Nothing happens in this movie. And look, I could be okay with that if it had, like, cool moments, but it's just so poorly directed. It's never tense, it's never thrilling, it's answering questions we never had questions to. Like, there is no Tamara. That's the point. They're just tormenting this family, and now you're making it canon? What a piece of shit. Just utterly embarrassing from everyone involved. It's never scary, it's never entertaining. It sucks. It's truly abysmal. But the worst movie of 2025 is Fixed. Sony Pictures Animations delivered one of the best movies of the year in K-pop Demon Hunters, and they also delivered the worst. This movie is an embarrassment to absolutely everyone involved. It is a movie about a dog, and you can probably guess, and it's nothing but dick jokes, sex jokes, poop jokes, and I can be okay with that if the jokes are actually funny. The issue is, this movie is never funny, so it just feels so immature, it's cringy, it's embarrassing, I couldn't wait for this movie to be over, and I think it's 90 minutes. That 90 minutes felt like an eternity. I just truly despised this movie. I haven't seen the Emoji Movie, but I promise you it's better than this shit. So that's why it's the worst movie of 2025. But what's your list? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.